Hello guys, welcome back to SportsCorner GH. My name is Adam. Addo has announced the squad list for the AFCON 2025 qualifiers today. Let's check it out together.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. As usual, we start with goalkeepers. So we have invited Lawrence Atizigi from Sudan. We have invited Abdul Manaf from Kars Olpen, and Joseph Wallacott from Gordon. Defenders, Addi Stadran, Tariq Lamte, Brighton and Ho Alien, Jonas Agite, FC Basel, Nathaniel Ajay from FC Lorient, Alexander Djikou, Fenerbahce Istanbul, Jerome Opoku, Istanbul Başakşehir, Gideon Menzel, Ajax, Isaac Aful, FC Samatex, and Razak Simpson from Nations FC. Midfielders, Elijah Musu, Ajax, Abu Francis from Cercle Bruges, Ibrahim Sulemana, Atalanta Bergamo, and Michael Beidou, EF Esbo, Mohamed Kudus, West Ham United, and Emmanuel Enchi, Asante Kotoko. Forwards, Ibrahim Osman, Feyenoord Rotterdam, Enes Norma, Olympique Lyon, Antoine Semenyo, AFC Bournemouth, Jordan Ayew, Leicester City, Iñaki Williams, Athletic Bilbao, and Ishaku Abdul Fattah, Leicester City, and Joseph Pencil, LA Galaxy. Furthermore, I would like to mention, I know that maybe not all of you are aware, we have an overview of all the players, and for this maybe I would like to mention also the injured players. So at this very moment, just look for get somebody. We have the situation that Salisu is injured from the last game, still injured. And then we have Abdul Mumin, who is injured. We have Abdul Samad Salis is injured. We have long-term injuries like Kofi Cherry. Majid Ashinero is also injured, but injured last game. And then Ibrahim Sadiq is also injured. Surely there's also some other injuries, long-term injuries, which I would like to mention, which we could have considered. But this is just for you to give you an update before questions in this direction come.
So guys, you heard from the horse's own mouth, Addo announcing the squad list. But before we jump into the questions that were asked to Addo, let's take a look at the squad list. The squad list, we have goalkeepers, Lawrence Atizigi, Abdul Nuruddin Manaf. We also have Joseph Wallacott. When it comes to defenders, we have Ali Disiedu, Tariq Lamte, Jonas Ejete, Nathaniel Eje, Alexander Djikou, Jerome Opoku, Gideon Mensah, and also Isaac Afu. When it comes to midfielders, we have Razak Simpson, Elisha Owusu, Abu Francis, Ibrahim Sulemana. We have Michael Beidou, Mohamed Kudus, Emmanuel Enchi. And also when it comes to wingers, we have Ibrahim Osman, Enes Niama, Antoine Semenyo, Jordan Ayew, Inaki Williams, Abdul Fattah Shahaku, and also Joseph Pencil. In the squad, we have 3 local players. Emmanuel Entry from Asante Kotoko. We have Isaac Afo from Samatex. He was part of the squad the last time they met and played against Sudan. And also Razak Simpson from Nation FC. Now let's take a look at the questions that were asked Addo. One that has to do with Thomas Partey and why Thomas Partey is not in the list once again. I mean, there's a lot of things happening we don't know about. Addo answered everything. Let's check it out together.
He has been a captain for a while, but he's not in this squad, and he didn't mention that he was part of the injury list. So what exactly what's the reason for him not being part of the squad this time?
Yes, this is a good question. So I forgot to mention it in advance. I had a confidential talk with Thomas. I'm a coach who always like to protect the players. So hope for your understanding. For me, the team is like family, and I'm not coming out with internal issues. But I made quite clear to him he wanted to come. So this one first, he wanted to come, but I made quite clear that why he's not coming. Like I said, it's confidential. It's difficult for me to mention all the things. It's like that, and we have to move on. And maybe in addition to this, because I know the next question will come. So in addition to it, I have to go a little bit back. So first of all, the initiative was to make Thomas the captain of the team, and for him to guide the team and to lead the team. So once he's not there now, surely after I talked to Thomas, first of all I had to talk to Kudus. For him, I think he's still young, he needs to grow into that role. The last time he was the captain, it was a situation where we actually expected Thomas to come. We have Chico and Kudus who were like assisting Thomas. And last time I took the decision to make Kudus a captain. And now, as we know, Thomas is not coming, and it's not a permanent thing. So we are always open for him to return. I hope that the things we talk about, that he will do better than that, and that he will join the team maybe in the next window in March. I think he understood my perspective. We had a good talk, and we had good terms, just for you to know. So going back again, we made a decision to make Kudus the captain that time because Thomas was not there. And now, as we know, Thomas is not there for the next 2 games. We made the decision at the end, I decided to take a new captain for the team, which will be Jordan. So I talked to Kudus for him to understand that for me, he still needs to learn and grow into that role. And I want him to still be second captain alongside Chico. But Jordan will take over now, from now, and he will lead and guide the team. And for me, it was very important to take time to talk to Jordan also, to talk about his responsibilities as a captain, because it's always about the team first. It's always about to build a bridge as a captain between the coach and the players. It's always about to be disciplined, to take responsibility. You know, all these things as a leader. It's not, for me, it's also about experience, but not only. It's not only about maybe you have 1,000 games for Ghana or whatever. It's a lot of things which you have to do, and you have to take responsibility. And for me, these things, you need to take time with the player to talk and go through, so that in case there are worst case scenarios, the captain knows what to do and knows what I expect from him. So for me, it's not just like a decision you can take, you can give it to somebody. It's a long talk. It's understanding. It's getting perspective, my perspective to player's perspective, and then at the end we agreed, and I was happy for him to accept it. And I think he can give a lot to the team. And we have to move forward and try our best to keep the chance which we still have, the small slight chance which we still have to keep it alive.
Okay, next question.
All right, Coach, good afternoon. My name is Ibrahim Yeboah from GH News. Goal scoring is a challenge for the national team, and has shown clearly in the AFCON qualifiers that we played so far. Out of the 4 games that we played, we've managed to score only 1 goal. Going forward, as a coach of the national team, what are you doing to improve the situation of goal scoring? Because our attackers, when they go back to their various teams, you see them finding the back of the net. At when they are playing for the national team, they can score. What are you doing to improve the situation? Thank you.
Okay, good question. I think in general, to get successful, it's not like a linear process. It's always with ups and downs, and me as a coach, but also as a player, to be honest, maybe you don't believe it, and some people can't feel it because they haven't been players. But as a players, or me as a player, when I got defeated, when I lost, I got better. After the last camp, when they went home, this is what they had too. They showed extra effort in their clubs. They regretted. You could see that maybe the emotions were still high. They fear for the nations. They fear for their country. And I don't know why exactly Kudos got a red card, but maybe also because of that, because he was disappointed also from the last games we had with the national team. So you can feel that the love for the country is there, and they want to show it, and this is the only way they can show it, through performance. And I hope that they still keeping this, what they have inside after the last loss, that they have it and they show it again on the pitch. And it's too easy, I know it's a result game, but it's way too easy to say like they didn't perform and that's it. We had, especially in our home games, good performances, but sometimes football is like this. You can play good and you lose. Sometimes you can even play bad and you can get a point or you can win. And at the end, surely we all want to win. And I wish we would have played bad and we would have won, but it was more the other way around, especially in our home games. And there's so many small margins which can decide a game. And I understand this question, but for me, it's not about their ability that they can score. It's about maybe to bring them in a mental stage, and this is not only my responsibility. I know we have good media guys. It's also your responsibility. Some are working against it, but this is how it is if you lose. But surely I can just always ask for help and support, because once we make them feel like when they come home, they're at home, they will give their best and it will come. But if they come home and it's like a toxic environment, it's always difficult for them. It's not easy, they're just human beings. And what we all can do, is to support them, because we all want Ghana to win and we all want Ghana to have success. So this is only what I can ask for is support. I will try, and our technical staff will try to make them to feel at home, to make them feel good, to also talk about the negative things from the games, but also about the positive things, because there were a lot of positives we created. When I see all the matches, we created a lot of chances, and now we have to work on them to score and to support them.
Okay, please, here we hold on. Our president wants to give us a few words, and then I'll
Coach, sorry if I have to push you to the wall regarding Thomas Partey. I don't think there was clarity on the issue of Thomas Partey. I think the submission has to be devoid of ambiguity and equivocalness, because the last time around, Coach, we have to be blunt. The perception in the footballing domain is that Thomas is not too eager to make himself available for the last time. It may be false, but that is a perception. The last time he was unavailable, and the impression was that he was injured. Soon after that, he was seen in an Arsenal shirt, playing the full match. This time around, he's unavailable, and as you said, there are reasons you can't put all in the public domain. My point is that it's going to create a lot of speculation, and that gap is going to be filled with a lot of rumors and it could be toxic. So you don't necessarily have to put all out in the public domain, but I'm sorry, but it's not enough to say he's unavailable. Why is he not available?
No, I didn't invite him.
You invited.
I didn't invite him. I didn't invite him. He wanted to come.
Why?
Why? Because the reasons I told him. I told him the reason why I didn't invite him. And if this topic is going to talk, this is not my fault. Maybe you have to ask Thomas then, because I'm not talking about a player. This is not my style.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, boss. You have a lead.
My special friend.
The legend, I'm thinking that you are in the same line with me. So when you took the answer of Thomas Partey, I said, the legend has given it to you. But to what the legend said about Thomas Partey issue, Coach, I want to know. You said he wanted to come and he said he wanted to come and you spoke to him and it was confidential. Whatever transpired between you and Thomas Partey, we are here to know. But I just want to ask, those that they are not committed, because I know Partey didn't give you any reason because he was injured. It is personal stuff to him. I want to know, when it's done with that confidential issues, is he going to come back to the national team? Is he going to come back? And my last question is, please, are you selecting the players based on commitment or players that we feel that so they need to come and add up to the numbers and play on the field? Thank you.
So your last question is, so the first thing is performance. I said it before and I'll say it again. And maybe you can write it down so you don't ask again. It's always performance. Performance. I can guarantee you, even in this room, even if it's a friendly match, everybody who's in this room and every player who's on the pitch doesn't want to lose. There's no player in the world who will come on the pitch and say, I want to lose. No way. But surely sometimes there are some negative things happening throughout the games where it's where maybe the situation is killing the enthusiasm, the fighting spirit of a player. Could be. And surely these are things which we talk about in general and which we have to address, and where the players have to be stable to still be fighting and keep this spirit out. Sometimes we had away games where we had the impression where this was not there. And surely this is part of our job as technical staff to encourage the players to keep on believing, to keep on fighting. But it's not easy all the time. Also for the players, I know how it is as a player. And this is what we have to work on. It's very, very important for us to believe in ourselves. If we have we created a lot of chances in all the games to still believe that they can do it. And they showed it surely in their clubs. And this is the basic. But commitment is also one of the parts. It's not like because you don't know who's committed or unless he's on the bench. You don't see it. I can't see if you're more committed than him, or I can't see it. I can just see it in the actions. And so the first thing is always performance. And we have exchange. We call the players. I use the breaks, the national when we don't have national games, to visit the players. Not only Thomas, also other players. I talk to them. I'll call them on the phone. So this is part of my job, to talk to them, also to watch them live, but also not on video, because we can't be everywhere at the same time. So we watch a lot of games, a lot of videos, and we have an overview. This is the advantage I have. Maybe if you compare myself with yourself, I look at all the players. Some people, they come and ask, why is this player not there, what is it? But I have watched all the players, and maybe that person has just watched this player and made some highlights, And so it's always difficult to talk from outside. And I can understand that you're curious to know, but for me, this is one thing I wouldn't like. And I wouldn't like also, to be honest, a player to be somewhere and to be talking about me. So me, I hold it always like that. I do the things, I treat the people the way I want to be treated. So I will never talk about players in public, what I told them and why this and that. I don't, because I also don't like it if players will talk about me in public, or the coach said this, that. This is not, if somebody has something to say, you can come to me. And if I have something to say about a player, I'll come to the player.
So guys, thank you for watching up to this point. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got your answers, especially with the questions that were asked. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Thanks for joining me. My name is Addo. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, we go vibe.